Are you afraid to stop taking your prescription medications? A lot of people are. So today we're going to talk about breaking the fear of leaving your prescription medications behind. For those who don't know me, my name is Sharon Fant. I'm a registered nurse, and I've been working in healthcare and the medical field for over 38 years. And today we want to talk about the fear that people have when they're on prescription medications. And there is some fear, and that could be you. I know there had been a time that it was me. But the fear of what might happen if you stop taking prescription medications, it's not a real fear, okay? But it could be feeling like it's real fear, but you're not alone in the way you're thinking that if I stop this medication, something bad is going to happen. But believe me, that's not the case, okay? For many of us, medications become a safety net. We went to the doctor, we had these symptoms, we went to the doctor and he or she prescribed a medication, okay? And then we're on that medication, and many of us are on medication. We've been on them for 5 years, 10 years, and we're afraid to stop taking them because we don't know what's going to happen. They become a lifeline for us. So when we think that we got to stop them, then there's fear that happens. And we have to have relief in our head. We're thinking that, no, I can't stop this medication because I got to have this relief, because if I stop the medication, then those symptoms I was having may come back. So it's normal to feel afraid, at the thought of letting go of some of those medications. Now, some of you are on 5 prescription medications. Some of you are on 10 prescription medications. And believe me, I know. I was a home health visiting nurse for 18 plus years. And I would go into people's homes and they would have shoeboxes full of medication. They have cabinets in the kitchen full of medication. And they're taking these medications to stop the symptoms that they're having related to, quote unquote, some diagnosis that their doctor has given them and that they bought into. And they have many, many different diagnoses. I have had patients that had 3, 4 different diagnoses. And so they're taking multiple medications. 1 medication for this diagnosis, 3 medications for that diagnosis. So we're on a lot of different prescribed medications. And for whatever reason, you're afraid to tell your doctor you do not want to be on this many medications. But believe me, you will not die if you ask your doctor to help you get off of the medications. But here's the truth about everything related to these prescription medications. And the truth is, you are not healing. Okay, with these medications, you are, I was trying to think of a word to say without being forward. You are not getting better on these medications. You are not healing. And that is the truth. And many people believe that they're healing. But how could you possibly be healing if you've been on the medicine 5 years or 10 years? How could you possibly be healing? You're not healing. That's not healing, okay? That's just treating. You're getting treatment for that long. And I want you to know that when you decide that you want to stop some of the medications, you don't have to do that alone. we're here in the circle. We help people who want to get off the prescription medications. And there's a term for that. When you're on 5 to 10 medications, it's called polypharmacy. So you can Google that, look up polypharmacy. Okay. And with that, you will discover that that is a phenomenon that people have. They're on multiple medications from multiple doctors, and sometimes they go to multiple pharmacies, okay? But there's a fear that comes upon us when we're thinking to ourselves, oh, I got to get off some of these medications, or I don't want to disappoint my doctor if I say I don't want to be on these medications. Don't worry about it. It's your body, okay? It is not your doctor's body. It is your body. And these medications are not helping in many, many cases. They are having so many side effects. They're causing many side effects. So to overcome the fear, there's a fear of the unknown. So what's going to happen to me if I stop taking this medication? Well, all you need to do is get a little bit more education about it. Find out what that medicine does and does not do. Find out what the side effects of these medications are that you're on. Many people on medication, they don't even know what they're for. They have no clue why the doctor prescribed them. So I want you to start being more educated about these medications. And when you find out about the medications, and definitely when you read the side effects of these medications, you're going to make a decision that you do not want to stay on these medications. So having education, being in a community to help support you as you start de-prescribing some of these medications, and then getting the holistic tools that you need to stay on your path to healing, okay? And this isn't about quitting cold turkey. I'm not asking anybody to quit medications cold turkey. It's about transitioning, but you're doing it with wisdom. You're transitioning from one phase of your life to another, and you're going to need the support that you need. You're going to need support as you transition and you start weaning off of some of these prescription medications. You will need someone there to support you, because there will be some fear around all that. So now, as I close today, I want you to know that it's okay to be scared, but you don't have to stay stuck in taking all those medications. And you are stronger and wiser and more supported than you know. So you don't have to do it alone. And believe it or not, there are some doctors that will support you in de-prescribing. They understand. And you don't have to just stay in the fear. Even though you've told yourself you want to get off these medications, but you haven't taken the first step. So today I want to request that you join us in this circle, take the first step toward getting some of these medications off your plate, okay? You want to start breaking the fear around leaving the prescription medications behind. So that's my message for today. Are you ready? Are you ready to leave the prescription medications behind? Okay. Let me know. See you next time.